The first time I went out there was November 2018, the start of the 18-19 season. Sheikh Issa, who obviously runs racing in Bahrain, had asked me to be the handicapper and race planner. So I went out there in November, and I went out probably 4 or 5 times that season. I handicapped the horses and was absolutely astonished as to the quality of the racing in Bahrain. Well, the first year, most of the horses were rated between 105 and 110, and the horse that won it was rated 109, Royal Julius from France. So that was a really good start, because you had an international horse going out there and winning the race. And I think it made the European trainers realise that actually they needed to up their game in terms of the quality of horses that needed to go out and win. Then last season, a local horse, Simseer, won the race. So again, it was a bit of a wake-up call to the Europeans about the quality that's needed in Bahrain. You know, they really shouldn't underestimate it. You know, their top level is listed Group 3, possibly even Group 2 type horses. It's a brilliant idea for British and possibly Irish horses to go over there in the winter when they'd be obviously running on the all-weather. So if they're better on turf and they want to earn nice money, £50,000 per race, you can't earn that in the winter in Britain and Ireland. I wish I was an owner of a horse rated around 95 because it's a fantastic opportunity. Each race is worth £50,000. There's a mixture of handicaps and conditions races. These horses are also, if the owners and trainers wish, can run in local Bahrain graded races as well. So the opportunities through the winter are massive, but they will need a horse that acts on good to firm ground for obvious reasons. Well, obviously I used to be head of handicapping in GB, and I'm now chairman of the world rankings, and so I hope I've got a good handle on international levels. I'm pretty confident that the Bahraini horses are handicapped on the same methodology and levels of British horses. So I'm looking forward to the first handicaps and to see who wins. You know, I honestly couldn't tell you that the Bahraini horses are well in or the GB horses are well in. I think they've all got a chance. Well, there are 2 different types of races out there. One, there's conditions races, which we call all classes. So that's basically what we would know in Britain is a conditions race with a penalty structure. So they can all run in those types of races. But what happens after the first handicap is the cap goes up to 102, exactly the same as the situation in Britain, where you have a 0 to 80, but you can run if you're 81 and 82. In Bahrain, it's going to be, if you go to 101 and 102, you can run, but you carry the extra weight. So almost exactly a carbon copy of the system in Britain. If I move the horse to 104, 5, 6, then it would be pretty much a certainty in the all classes race, although it would have to carry a penalty. But they can, if they go higher and higher, they can also run in local graded races against the local horses. So there are 3 options after your first run. An 84 to 102 with guests, as I call them, a conditions race for the series horses, or you can opt out of the series and just run locally again in grade 1s and 2s and 3s against local Bahrain horses. I was on the gallops at Newmarket this morning talking to trainers. One or two hadn't heard of it, so I explained things to them, but others had heard of it and expressed a keen interest that they would have the right horse. I suspect we'll be blown away by the number of entries, and we have a selection committee already organised, which will sort of take place in October time. The hospitality is second to none. The hotel accommodation is fantastic. I've been in a number of the different hotels and they're all really high quality. The food is great, but the most important thing is the people make you very welcome.